Okay, so last time we discussed about the hybrid joining part, and then we were going through managing and protecting the organization data. So we went through this topic. I'm sharing my screen, and then we will proceed further with the topics what we have currently. Is my screen visible to everyone?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
we are going to understand the endpoint environment. Okay, so kindly mute yourself, whoever is unmuted. Okay, so we are going to understand the environment, how endpoint environments are actually working with the cloud scenario. So, as we mentioned, endpoints include mobile devices, desktop computers, virtual machines, and embedded devices and servers. So, these are the devices which are there around us. And these are the ways, what are the ways by which we are managing them? So there are two ways by which we are managing the devices, either on premise or on cloud. Okay, and there is one more way the device is being managed, that is called co-managed. A particular device will be managed from the both the platforms, but there will be a difference between the things what you are managing from cloud and what you are managing from on premise. So that difference we are going to understand here. So the first one is pure cloud, that is called cloud based management. You can manage devices, apps, and data by using a cloud based mobile device management. We call it MDM. And mobile application management, we call it as MAM, such as Microsoft Intune. So MDM and MAM is there in Intune. Intune integrates with other services including Microsoft 365 admin, as you guys have seen, Microsoft Intra ID, we have gone through it, controls who has access and what they have access to. Okay, so these platforms help us to control the identities in providing the access. Intune also integrates with Azure Information Protection to protect your organization data. So there is one more thing that is called Azure Information Protection. So we protect the organization data from that platform. When you use Intune with Microsoft 365, you can enable your workforce to be productive on all their devices while keeping your organization's information protected. So it's telling us the benefit that when we use Intune and Microsoft 365 together, then it helps us to make the environment and organization policies more productive and the management of the devices more efficient. So this is the actual requirement why cloud endpoint management is there in the scene at the moment. Now, another management type is that we have on-premises. By using on-premises endpoint management solutions, you can manage your on-premise Windows 10, 11 devices, apps and data, and optimize downloads and contents. By restricting access and location, your environment is more secure. So with the on-premise data, we are restricting the access and locations to make it more secure in the security perspective. Your end users aren't able to access company apps and data using remote devices. So once you are managing the things on premise, so no one will be able to access the data and information from remote devices or sitting at some other place and doing it. If you only use an on-premises solution, those remote devices aren't protected as corporately recognized endpoints. So if you are using only on-premise solution and you want that the devices should be managed, okay, you want that devices should be managed properly from a security perspective, then it is not possible. Okay, someone was waiting in the lobby. So that is called on-premise. If you use configuration manager, you should attach your configuration manager deployment to the Microsoft 365 cloud. That is called cloud attach. What is configuration manager? Anyone? What is configuration manager?
Yeah. System Center Configuration Manager, SCCM.
Yeah, SCCM is actually the configuration manager. So SCCM is mostly used to manage the on-premise endpoints. If you use it, you should attach your SCCM deployment to the Microsoft 365 cloud so that you can manage the devices on remote as well, which provides integration with Intune, Microsoft Entra ID, Microsoft Defender for endpoints, and other cloud services. Now, talking about the third scenario that we have, that is cloud plus on-premise. So for configuration manager managed devices, data can also flow to Microsoft Endpoint Management, MEM, we call it as Intune also, through the configuration connector. There is one tool being used to do the data flow between configuration manager SCCM to Intune. So that tool name is configuration connector. Okay, any doubt till here? Guys, any question, any doubt, anything? Yes, no, maybe. Okay, moving ahead then.
You can move ahead.
So the configuration manager connector is attached to the cloud in tenant attach. I'll open Paint. Will show you the scenario how it actually happens. Just for the understanding purpose. Here it is your configuration manager. It is mainly on the server. Okay. Here it is your cloud. Let's call it Intune. Okay. Now there is one tool named as configuration connector. Con I'm writing. Just understand with configuration connector. Okay. So this is the tool which is helping both the platforms to make the data flow between them. So this is the catalyst. Catalyst is something which is involved, but in the broader picture, it is not visible to anyone. And it is actually involved to make the reactions. In the chemistry terms, it is used as catalyst. So it is the catalyst between both of them, both the platforms, making the integration of the data flow from one platform to the another. So it is usually done through the tenant attach. In Intune, I will show that this is your Intune. Okay, you are on the Intune. How we do the tenant attach? We have tenant administration here. Inside the tenant administration, you will find the connectors and tokens and number of things here. Tenant management. Okay. So here we have the tenant management. Let it load. Something is not working as expected. Okay, leave it. So we can see our tenant status here if we have done the connection between with other tenants also. So we can see the connector status as well. So I have done the connector of Windows Autopilot in the morning session. Okay, in the morning session I have done that, so I can see the status as healthy. It's working. And same way other connectors also we can see here if we have connected. Talking about the connection, how we actually connect the other connectors. You can see Microsoft Tunnel Gateway. This is for the VPN and all server configurations. Cloud PKI is there for the VPN, for the networking part. Then connectors and tokens, we have an option where you usually connect the other platforms. Okay, so from here we do connect Microsoft Endpoint Configuration Manager is called SCCM. So we establish the connection here. Okay, so what is actually happening once you have the configuration manager? In the configuration manager, we will put the details of the tenant, Intune tenant, cloud tenant that we have. That so and so is the cloud tenant that we have to manage via Intune. Okay, via configuration manager. We have the configuration manager. We have the configuration manager. They will put the Intune details there in the configuration manager that yes, so and so are the things which will be managed by the Intune. So these are the settings where we can see that whether configuration manager is enabled or not to manage the information and data that we have on SCCM. Same way, it's for Windows Enterprise certificates. Other options are there, which we'll be talking about later on. Apple BPP tokens is there. So you guys would have heard about the ABM, Apple Business Manager. So Apple Business Manager, all the Apple devices, iOS, iPad, macOS are managed by ABM platform, and through ABM platform is attached to your cloud Intune from here only. And for Android devices it is attached here. Accordingly, Android devices are managed by that connector. Then ServiceNow connector is there. Okay, we use ServiceNow as a ticketing tool. We are establishing the connection between your Intune to the ServiceNow. So if you are opening any ticket, anything related to any device, so in the ServiceNow we can see the status of the device associated to that particular user if you have done the connection between your ServiceNow and Intune. Then team viewer, like that, in the tenant administration, if anyone talks about that how we do actually connect the two platforms. So there is tenant administration in Intune, and there we will get the option to connect the two platforms together. Okay guys, till here I hope everyone understood this thing. Anybody have any questions, let me know. Okay, I take silence as no. Moving ahead with the co-managed endpoint management. So co-management is where you concurrently manage Windows 10 and 11 devices with both Configuration Manager and Microsoft Intune. Concurrently means at a time. Okay, let's take an example. Okay, here only. We have a device here. Okay, it's there on SCCM also, Configuration Manager, and it's there on Intune. Now this device will be called as co-managed. Okay, so if someone asks that what is co-managed device, so the device which is concurrently managed by the both the platforms on premise and cloud. So that device will be called as co-managed device. And what are the things that we'll be able to manage, that we'll be able to do on the co-managed device, that we will learn later on. So moving ahead, co-management is where you concurrently manage configuration manager in Intune. Co-management combines your existing on-premise configuration manager. Configuration manager is there on on-premise investment with the cloud by using Intune and other M365 cloud services. Okay, Intune is one of the cloud service, but the main cloud what we call that is called as M365. So under M365 other cloud services are there like Intra ID, your M365 admin center is there, Intune is there. Okay, so you choose whether configuration manager or Intune is the management authority. By using co-management, you keep some tasks on premise while running other tasks in the cloud with Intune. So with this image, we can understand we have a device. This device is there on the configuration manager. Okay. Okay, sorry. This device is there, which is there on the configuration manager and on Intune also. So what workload configuration manager has given to Intune, that is app workload, managing the client apps and office apps, and the policy workload. So they are sharing the policy workload between both of them. Okay. If you talk about the mobile devices that we have, that is why if you will see only one connection is there with the cloud only for the mobile devices here in the picture. Mobile devices are nowhere managed by the configuration manager. Got it, guys? This topic we have completed. Moving ahead, understand platform considerations. Microsoft Intune supports several device platforms. You guys already know that it supports iOS, iPad OS, Windows, Android, Mac OS, even Linux also. Okay, Linux is an operating system which is also being supported by Intune. Okay, so these platforms are often referred as the device types. Each device types offers slightly different enrollment method. So for Windows, the different enrollment method is there. For Android, for Mac OS, likely there are different enrollment methods for all platforms of devices, including device settings, protection policy settings, configuration policy settings, custom policy settings, and remote actions. So for all type of devices, there are different types of settings, policy settings, configuration policy. So these are different for all the different platforms, not the same. How Intune works as the unified admin console, that we can also see here. Microsoft Intune Admin Center, it is here. Your configuration manager, your Intune. So from Intune, what devices you are managing? These are the devices you are managing. These are the devices you are managing from Intune. These are the devices you are managing from configuration manager. Now, what the device which you will be able to manage from both, that is called co-management. Only Windows 10 devices. Windows 10, 11. Okay. So that is called co-management workloads. With this image, you can understand that what are the devices being managed by the configuration manager, what are managed by Intune. Intune is a cloud. This is your configuration. Then they are together. Microsoft Intune Admin Center being co-managed. Windows 10, only Windows 10 devices. So when you create your endpoint management design, you need to determine the platform that must be supported in your endpoint environments. Once you know the platforms you need to support, you must verify whether Intune supports each platform or not. So if you are trying to move Mac OS devices, so Mac OS device should also be managed by configuration manager, and from Intune, then only they'll be the co-managed device. If you want to make iOS or Android device as a co-managed, it is not possible. So sometimes in the interviews also there are people asking just for fun that we want to manage the Android devices from configure SCCM and from Intune. It is possible. How we will do it? They will ask like how we will do it. We have to answer them. No, it is not possible. Okay. So these are the operating systems. I'll be sharing the link. You guys can read it just to understand that what are the operating system being managed from the Intune and from the configuration manager supported operating systems. These are the supported operating system. This topic we have concluded. We'll go through the module assessment as well as of now. So I would like to have everyone's attention here so that you can answer the questions. Guys, are we here? We have only 9 questions here.
Yes, we can.
Yes, Vipin. Yep.
Okay, so first question is that an organization wants to manage apps on devices that are not enrolled with Intune but are using third-party enterprise mobility management. Okay, which Intune configuration should they use to achieve this? Anyone? I think we did this in the last session. Guys, are we paying attention? Means you can answer anything, no problem.
First one.
It is second one,
Second. Yeah, second.
MAM without device enrollment, because if you read the question, it is saying that not enrolled with Intune, but using other enterprise mobility management. So that is called MAM. What is the primary benefit of using Intune's mobile application management without device enrollment? It's very easy. Second option. It allows managing company data without needing device enrollment. MAM policy, that MAM policy, this MAM policy, MAMWE, we call it without enrollment. How it is allowing? It is allowing managing company data without needing device enrollment. It provides enhanced hardware control features for enrolled devices. No, it's not possible. It enables direct management of device operating system. That is also not possible because device is not enrolled. So only second option is left. Moving with the third question. Which Intune MAM policy setting restricts the ability to copy data from managed apps and paste it into a unmanaged apps? We covered this topic Okay, if we'll talk, we covered this topic under enrollment restriction, I expect. No, 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 that is application. Mhm. That is application protection policy. It's also very easy. Copy and paste restriction. Coming to the fourth question, an organization's devices are not complying with the password policies set in Intune. Which features should you review to identify the issue? It's also very easy.
Third one,
Which one?
device compliance policy.
Correct. Device compliance policy settings you have to review. Device enrollment status no need to review because it is related to enrollment.
Protection
App protection policy logs we want to review.
logs.
We we won't go through it because the question is nowhere talking about the application. Okay. Now coming to another question. Your organization uses Intune MAM policies to manage app data on BYOD device. What are the BYOD devices? Anyone?
Personal devices.
Mhm.
Personal
Personal
devices.
device.
Or personal laptop.
Okay, personal devices which are registered in the organization. Okay, you have to answer like that. So there are three types of enrollment that we have learned: registration, joining, and hybrid join. So intra-registered, just add intra in front of them. Okay, because we are talking about the cloud. Intra-registered, intra-joined, intra-hybrid joined. Okay, three types of enrollment are there. So what is there inside intra joining? Intra registered means you are just putting credential. You have the licenses prerequisite. Talking about the prerequisite, you have the appropriate license. You have the license, you are putting the credential, logging into the device using the services in your personal device. That is called registration. You did the registration and you are using that scenario or that environment is called BYOD enrollment. Then you are going to work or school account, joining the device with your intra ID. There is one option there to join your device with the intra ID. You are doing that. That is called joining to intra ID. Means the device will be fully managed by your platform now, by your cloud platform. Then third is the hybrid join, intra hybrid join. The device which is there on the Active Directory or on premise, that device you are joining to your cloud, joining to your intra. Okay, that is called hybrid device. You are bringing from on premise to the cloud, so that is called hybrid device. So here it is talking about the MAM policies to manage app data on BYOD devices. Which configuration should you apply to ensure app data is protected without enrolling the device?
The second one. Now with the device.
How it is different with the first one? We will see. Because these questions are AI generated, there might be mistakes also. So an employee reports that they cannot access company data on their personal device even though they have the correct app installed. Okay. What could be a reason for this issue in an Intune managed environment? So as per the options we have to answer. So this app is not compliant and app protection policy set by Intune. The device is not connected to the company's VPN. The device is not enrolled in Intune. Which option?
Third one,
Which one?
the device is not enrolled in Intune.
Correct. It is not enrolled in Intune. Okay. If you have your mobile phone with you, okay, you have installed Outlook and you want to access your company's Outlook on that application, you won't be able to do it because it's not recognizing the application or the identity that you are putting in the application. That is not recognizing your device that it belongs to the same organization because the device is not enrolled. That's the reason why the employee is not able to access the company data. Talking about seventh question, your organization is using Microsoft Intune to manage a fleet of iOS and Android devices. Which features should be prioritized to ensure compliance with company security policies across these platforms? So, what is the feature or what is the feature of Intune that you are going to use to ensure the compliance? Compliance means rule, regulation settings and company security policies, security settings across the platforms. Platforms means iOS and Android devices.
Last one, maybe.
Correct. Device compliance policies because the compliance policies helps to ensure this security, ensure the compliance. Eighth one, what is the key advantage of using cloud-based endpoint management with Microsoft Intune over traditional on-premise management? Now it is talking about the advantage and so the benefit of using cloud platform if you are comparing it with the on-premise platform. So as per these options, which one should I choose?
Third one also.
It's the first one because SCCM also offers the security features. It's not like that it doesn't offer the security features.
Okay,
Okay.
but because also I think the traditional one or SCCM can manage remotely devices. That's no, no.
The option says that ability to manage devices remotely without additional infrastructure. Okay. To manage the on-premise devices remotely, you would be needing the additional infrastructure like TeamViewer and all. You would be needing to manage it.
Uh,
But for Intune, it's not required. Coming
okay.
coming to the ninth question, we will see the answer also, no problem. I might also be wrong. I'm not totally correct every time. But as per the topic, I'm telling what we have gone through till now. So your organization wants to prevent data from being copied from a managed app to a non-managed app. Which Intune policy should be implemented? Very easy.
App protection
First
policy.
one.
Correct. Again, one question we did wrong. Okay, the app
First
is
one.
app.
First one.
Yeah, it is the first one. The app is not compliant with app protection policy set by Intune. The employee reports that they cannot. Okay, it means that what we understood that the device might not be enrolled. That is the first reason actually. Okay. Rest all we have got correct. Now moving to the another topic, co-management I have explained, talking about the RBAC access and RBAC policy. Okay, so what is RBAC? Anyone knows? So there are few people be using the platform as of now. Okay, so who all are able to use? I have provided the credentials. Guys, are we here, everyone?
Yes.
Is everyone able to use the platform?
Yes, yes.
Okay. I see, Murad, you have registered a device. In the morning, I saw you enrolled a device.
Yes,
I hope you have removed it as well.
I think I removed yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I have assigned you guys, I have created your ID and I have assigned the RBAC role based access. I have made you guys as the global administrators. Okay. So in the roles, you can create the roles for the users. Like you cannot give the access to Intune, you cannot give your credentials to all users to access the things. And if there is someone, some engineer is there, like service desk needs to access the data for some purpose, like going through the device, the first level of troubleshooting they have to do. So you have to give them the access, some read access, some write access, you have to give it to them. So how we are doing it? We are doing it with the RBAC access, where we are finding those RBAC thing in the tenant administration. In the tenant admin, you have option as roles. Okay, we are there are other types of roles also. First of all, we'll understand what is RBAC by reading it. So securing access to your organization, I have already told, essentially security step just to secure the platform, Intune platform, that from where you are managing the devices. These articles introduces foundational details for using Microsoft Intune RBAC, which are an extension of Microsoft Entra ID RBAC, Microsoft Entra ID RBAC. Previously, it was Microsoft Entra ID RBAC, but now it is there on the Intune also. So, if I am assigning you the roles from Entra, so you will be able to access the Entra platform as well as Intune. Subsequently, articles can help you to deploy Intune RBAC in the organization. This is the requirement what this article is going to fulfill. So each Intune RBAC role specifies a set of the permissions. So in the RBAC roles, there are set of the permission whether you want to allow the person who is the part who is having that particular role to have access to delete, to write, to read, or to update. Okay, here if you will see school administrator, I'm opening. This is the built-in role by the Microsoft Intune itself. So in the properties, if you will come and see that what are the properties, what are the things allowed for the person who is assigned as the school administrator role. In the admin task, it can create, it can update, it can delete, it can read. Someone who is having this role, they can perform these admin tasks. Audit data, they can only read, they cannot do anything. Certificate connector, they can modify, they can read. Then cloud attached devices, they can view the timeline of the cloud attached devices, view resource explorers, like that, like these, the settings are there for them. Accordingly, as per the requirement, we can also create the roles. Okay, Intune roles, 365 roles, or auto patch roles. So these roles you can create accordingly. Depends upon the requirement. We have the built-in roles. Built-in roles are already there for these people: application manager, endpoint privilege manager, privilege readers. So these are the built-in roles already available in your platform. If you will see, as per the requirement, we are assigning the built-in roles. If you want to modify anything in the built-in roles, like for help desk operator, you don't want to give the permission that they can perform the remote task on the user devices, so you can block this thing and you can only assign applications or policies user to devices. This thing only they can do. So for that we cannot modify the built-in roles. We can create our own role, copying the built-in roles and then modifying only this particular setting. Got it? Any doubt, anyone? Okay, I take silence as no. So these,
Fine.
okay, someone was speaking.
Fine, fine. Please go ahead.
Okay, so this is the RBAC. Then we have the custom roles. As I told that we can create our own roles as per the requirement. So what are the limitations of the roles for each role? Global administrator, Intune service administrator. So these things you can just go through it. It is nowhere actually asked in the exam or the interview, but you can just go through it for the understanding purpose. So when you are creating any role, so it is really mandatory. Means as an Intune administrator, you are sitting in some organization and you want to create a role. So for doing that, it is very must that you should refer the document, the article that we have. Okay, it will give you the real view of the environment, real view of the roles, that whether you are assigning this role, then what's gonna happen in the background for the end user whom you are assigning. So these things are really mandatory to be gone through. So it's talking about the roles, built-in roles, assigning a role to the user. We are going to the roles like this. We have a role. Okay, let's take an school administrator role is there. I'll come to the assignment. I have to assign it, so I'll come to the assignment. Then here we have the assign button. Just you have to first of all create a group. Okay, new test. So admin group, whatever the group for the school administrator you have created. So only one administrator, if there is only one administrator, you have to create a group. You have to make the member of that user as the group member of the particular group. Then you can add the group here, and then your role is assigned, school administrator role is assigned to the end user. So like this we are assigning the roles. Okay, so we have completed the role assignment part. Creating the custom roles, I told that as per the requirement, we are creating the custom roles. We can take the help of the built-in roles that we have, and as per those built-in roles, we can create a new role. We can see the settings, that what are the settings configured in the school administrator part. Same as if you want to make it same as school administrator, you can do like that. Or if you don't want to do that, you will get the buttons once you are creating a custom role. Let me show you guys. Okay, I would like to create a role. Network is a bit slow. Am I audible, guys? Anyone? Am I audible? Am I visible?
Yeah, yes.
There was some network
Yeah.
issue at my end. Okay, so roles, here we will create it. We will name. Okay, description, we can give it. As of now, we have to understand that permissions, how we allow it, how it is usually looks like. So under admin tasks, what you want to give, a read access or not. Okay, like this it will look like when you are creating any role. Security baselines, you want to give the access for the update connectors, view incidents in the service now, telecom expense, like these you will get the options to configure. It totally depends upon the requirement. So as an Intune administrator, you will be given the requirement by the management. You don't have to do anything by your own. Okay guys, then we can take a little break as of now. We'll come back after the break and then we will cover the next topic that we have. Really facing network issue. So we have covered this one. Now we will go through understand device management using Microsoft Intune.
Can we take 10 minutes?
Yeah, Murad, anything? What you?
Can we take 10 minutes break?
Yeah, we will take 15 minutes break at 8:55. Now just after 1 minute, I am just
Okay.
okay. So we can take the break now. I'm stopping the sharing, closing the